Hey guys, welcome back to Super Switch U. I know last week I said I was going to do a reaction video for Kirby Air Riders Direct number 2. I recorded one. It did. And the computer decided just didn't want to work properly. So I had 30 minutes of still frames of myself. So it would be like one and it would go on for 10 to 15 minutes and then it would switch to something that was going on there and then it would just do again and I had nothing at the end of it. It's great. And I only had one window of opportunity to record and edit and make this video, and because that didn't work properly, I missed it. Missed the entire window of opportunity to make that video. So we'll kind of go over that today. I will put that at the end, so if you are interested in what I thought about the Kirby Air Riders Direct, stay tuned to the end of it. But today, October 27th, we're going to do November Switch 2 releases. I've been doing these usually within the week before the first of the month with whatever has been said up to this point. So if something gets announced later, which does tend to happen, or if something gets delayed or whatever, then this video is going to be inaccurate. But as of October 27th, these are the releases both physically and digitally, including game key cards and import titles. So, we're going to go over all of that. We're going to go over the Kirby stuff. And I think that's all I really wanted to cover today. So we might do another video this week. We might do something different. I don't know, because I'm going to be busy again. I guess just the life of a dad of two. You never have time for this stuff. So let's jump in. Just like in the last one, I do have an artwork, and I'll pull it up at the end. But we'll kick things off. So the first full week of November, because nothing's coming out on the 1st, it's Saturday. So first full week, we've got Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, releasing both physically and digitally on full game keycard. So definitely make sure to catch that one if you're looking for just getting the full physical releases, you're a collector of that sort. And then we go to the digital side, because this, like, I already lost the name of the game. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It was in October, wasn't it? Where did the folder go? Did I delete it? I might have deleted it. I got the image, though. Sorry, I should have been more prepared for this. Chronos. Freaking Chronos. So like Chronos, how it had the digital release first and then the game keycard release later, because, you know, for some reason that seems like a good financial decision for a business. Goodnight Universe is getting the same treatment. So November 11th, we are getting the digital release for the eShop. And then in December, there's a game keycard release. Why, I could not tell you. But that's what we're getting. And then, let's see, what week does that put us in? Alright, so the second full week. Yep, so this is a Thursday. Actually, just the week itself, there's quite a bit. But on November 13th, there's 4, technically 7 games releasing, I guess. Or yeah, it'd be 7. Let me get the title on this one, because there is an import title coming out on the 13th. But how about we start with not the full physical release, but the key card instead. So Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 are getting separate key card releases, and then they're available digitally separately, or you can get them in a bundle. I did not pay attention to if you save money in the bundle or not. I would assume so. Then there's a digital-only release, the Atelier Riza Deluxe Trilogy. I guess these are being re-released by... I got the company here. Hold on a Koei Tecmo. So it's the 3 games in that series, separately or as a 3-pack, but only digitally. I did not find that even imports, there was like no key card, no physical release, none of it. So there's those, and then the thing I gotta find the name for, because this was the weird one. Still don't think I'm gonna get it right. Momotaro Dentetsu 2 is getting a. I messed all my stuff up. Okay, it's getting a physical release, like a full physical release, because it's a Switch 2 edition game. However, it has no English support, so if you read Japanese, perfect. That's right up your alley. I think it has something to do with trains, so you could get that. If you're like me and you can't read kanji, then good luck. But it comes out physically on the 13th of November as well. And then the next day, November 14th, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is a not so great keycard release. And I will probably not on the first day because there's way too much other stuff and I'm not going to make any of this happen. But I will eventually get it for Switch 1. It is a full physical release on there. So if you care about the physical side of it, Switch 1, and then they even said it's free upgrades to Switch 2 edition. So it's not a Switch 2 edition game. You just get all the bonuses and whatever. And if you want to get the physical on Switch 2, you get nothing. It's a key card. I don't see the point. But they're the same price. So I guess weigh your options. If you don't care about key cards, then whatever. Then the following week is good for physical collectors, I can tell you that. So this is the third full week of November. Yep, so Tuesday the 18th, we get SpongeBob Titans of the Tide, which is a game key card release. Kind of stupid, but it is. And then November 20th, we've got 2 releases, both published by Nintendo. Both full physical games, but one of them is only published by them. It's actually made by somebody else, and I don't know the company. I can't read the tiny print on this picture. But Kirby Air Riders, obviously, is the big release for November 20th. But then Hades 2, which I believe is already available to purchase on the eShop. You can get a physical Switch 2 edition, which means it would work on Switch 1, work on Switch 2. But thanks to Nintendo, we got another third-party game. But it's their publishing, so I guess second party or something. I don't know. And then to finish it up, I've got to look up the name on this one too. Un momento. Here we go. Okay. So scoop this over. It's not that I'm going to mispronounce it. It's really, really long. But it's an import title on November 27th, so like the last game we're going to get. Ripple Island Kyle and Cal's Restaurant. I kid you not. My name is actually in the title of this thing. And it's English supported. But it's not a full physical. It is a key card. So you get a Japanese key card, but it has English support. So it would actually technically be an option, I guess, to like not have to get into the Japanese eShop and start a Japanese account to download said game. You could, in theory, get this key card, pop it in the system. It should pull the file, and then technically, so maybe there's a use for key cards. I don't know that game's worth it, though. It did not look so great. But that pretty much covers it. This time I did not notice any accessories releasing this month that I wanted to special mention. There's also not a lot of digital-only titles for Switch 2. It's just the list of physicals and key cards plus the 2 that I mentioned. Or technically 4, since that's a 3-pack. So, yeah, that covers that part. And then I'm going to go ahead and, like, cut this, because I'm going to have to go check on kids anyway. but I want to make sure that it actually keeps what I said on this part, and then we'll try the Kirby thing again. So bear with me just a second. All right, so one of two good. Honestly, this is probably going to be the same thing until I figure out exactly what's going on with this and why it's sometimes recording and sometimes not. And I could get all the way through like a 20, 30, even 60-minute video and then have nothing at the end. So thank you for bearing with me on that. Now, to get back to the Kirby stuff that I should have talked about last week, and I know probably most of you don't care at this point, I actually really liked the Direct. I want to start by saying that. Because what they did show that was exciting and new, it was exciting and new, right? Because like I took a guess at 3 things, right? And I missed one of my major predictions in the last video. They did not announce Kirby Air Riders for GameCube Online. And actually, I think within like an hour or two of me finishing and uploading that video, they announced Luigi's Mansion 1 for Switch Online. So I was like, oh, well, that pretty much shoots that unless it's like a late November release for Air Riders. And it still could happen, but it didn't happen in that Direct. So, like, that was wrong. However, we got story mode, at least to some effect, and it's better than, Mario Kart World, where we didn't get any kind of a story or campaign or whatever. It was just like, here's an open world with some little bitty missions to unlock some stuff, or you can do Grand Prix just like you always do. But there was no story mode, no big secret to Kart World. But Kirby, it seems like there might be a story literally for every character in the game. The other thing that I had said was that they were going to show more amiibo, and they absolutely did. So we had Kirby and Bandana Waddle Dee in the original Direct. This time they showed Meta Knight, King Dedede, and Chef Kawasaki for some reason. Okay. I mean, I won't complain. I'm not going to buy amiibos anyway. I fell out of that a long time ago. Cost way too much money. And man, I was missing major game releases just to get amiibos. And some of those were for the game releases I couldn't get. So I was like, you know what? This is becoming an addiction, and I need to stop it. So I jumped out. But some people still do it. And, like, kudos to you. But they did show those off. As far as anything else that was, like, big, exciting, and new, they really didn't. They just, any possible detail that was left unsaid, they threw into this thing. And so, like, a lot of it could have been left out. I could have waited until the game release to see the main menu and all of the options and settings that you could go through. They literally went through, like, all of that. Okay. Like, no real reason for it, but they did. So they went over more on top ride mode. They showed off road trip, which I believe is technically the story mode, where you're going along and you kind of like veer off and you pick between like the 3 challenges and whatever. And they showed off the rest of the courses, which that was kind of nice, right? So the original 9 courses from the original Air Ride are back, just redone, polished up, and then there's 9 new courses. So they doubled the amount, but then you have basically the experience from the first one with just all the extra stuff for Kirby Air Riders. So in theory, you don't need Kirby Air Ride if you have Kirby Air Riders, because then you can do all the same things plus more. Like, yeah, I get it's different. I might get some hate on that one in the comments section. Like, oh, it played different and these things were different. It's like, sure, if you want to nitpick every single thing, but if you're like me and you can't have every single console in existence, and even if you did, you wouldn't have time or patience to switch between every single thing. You want it all on one machine. That's probably the closest we're going to see to getting Kirby Air Ride on Switch or Switch 2. So I'm happy about that. as far as, we were getting something. If they had just done completely new courses and none of it was the same there, then there would always be this like, yeah, I'm kind of missing out by not having a GameCube. But it's close enough. It's close enough. They showed off more characters. Not too many that I actually cared about, like the bad guy from Squeak Squad, the spider thing. I think was maybe Mass Attack. I don't know, the DS era Kirby's I did not play to completion, so I don't know those as well. The Rick from Dreamland 3, and yeah, I don't know, like nothing to be overly excited for. However, they did announce that with the machines, the vehicles that you ride, you can now customize. Like, you got this whole thing called My Machine. You can get different like special parts or whatever, and color changes and stickers and stuff to throw on it, so you could like make your own special thing. And I don't always do customization stuff or creating things in games, but I like the option. I like knowing that if I wanted to, I can. If I get that like itch for it, like I could just do it. So that's really cool. I don't know, man. I mean, what they have done effectively is that if I can't figure out the funds to get both Age of Imprisonment and Kirby Air Riders, which is a possibility. I've almost got Age of Imprisonment paid off now because I had a decent sized paycheck last Friday. So my wife took 50 to get her nails done with a friend, get coffee or whatever, and I took 50 and I threw it right at Age of Imprisonment. So we're at 50 on it. I used to have a pre-order. Thanks, Larry. No, but my buddy, he finally got a Switch too. I don't know if I've mentioned that in a previous video, but he's got one now. He has it, and just took trading a bunch of old consoles and games and stuff that he found around his house. So like there's from PlayStation 2, Xbox. He tried to take 2 PlayStation 2s in. They wouldn't take the second one. We didn't have AV cables for it, so they were going to deduct for that. And then his controller was not a Sony brand controller, so they said absolutely not. And thus he was like $40 off from getting the Legend ZA bundle. I had $40 in pre-orders between Age of Imprisonment and Kirby Air Riders, and being the person that I am, I couldn't just walk away knowing that I could have, been the difference between him not getting it and getting it. So I gave up my pre-orders and I helped him get that. So now I got to start over, but we got a decent chunk of start over. When you include the fact that I've got a $5 monthly coupon at GameStop and at least $4 worth of rewards, it's $59 out of like 76 ish. So we're within $20 of Age of Imprisonment, but if I can't figure out both, I almost feel like I should just swap and go for Kirby Air Ride, because man, did that Direct ever make that look like the hardest decision in the world. Like, okay, if we can only pick 2 because we release these in the same freaking month, like I am still upset about that. Just so you guys know, right? Like all that time that they didn't release a major game. They did Dragon Drive for August, which was not a major game, and then there was nothing in September. One of these could have released in September, and I think I could have figured it out then, but they didn't. And so now we're stuck with where we're at. Which, to be fair, if I had just figured it out in September, that really would have been, I wouldn't have had Daemon X Machina. I would have had one of these. But it's all good. It's all good. With that said, though, Metroid Prime 4 is not going to happen. Unfortunately, you're going to have to look elsewhere for coverage on that game until I figure it out. Because I was stupid and made this rule with my brother a long time ago. Like, we were teenagers and working jobs, and the rule was you couldn't buy for yourself after Thanksgiving. So basically, Black Friday was cut off. Like that was Christmas shopping day, and everything until Christmas couldn't buy. I mentioned this to my wife, so she liked that idea. That's what we go with now. So a December, was it December 2nd release? No, December 4th. Yeah, no, that's even if I had the funds for it, I've been told no. And you got to keep the wife happy, right? So, yeah. There's a chance it might happen for Christmas. But I don't know. We're all poor, so probably not. Even so, that's like 3 weeks too late. So, unfortunately, but I'll try to make up for that with Mario Tennis in February. Give me a couple months to recover some funds. But I just wanted to throw all that out there and say, yes, I liked the Kirby Air Riders Direct. I feel like there was a lot of... You could have cut the thing in half by cutting out the unnecessary stuff because Sakurai likes to talk, and it's fine. He's excited about his own stuff. And that's how you know you're going to have a good product at the end of the day, is whenever the creator's so excited that he could talk about it for 40 minutes 1 month and then like 2 months later talk about it for another hour and just tell you every single thing and not leave anything up to surprise. But it's okay. It's all right, because it looks good. Just, it could have been like 30 minutes and we could have got the important stuff. It's fine. But I liked it. I'm excited for it. I'm going to try my hardest to make that happen. And so we can do the unboxing, we can do the gameplay video, so we can keep Kirby Air Riders as the season finale for Let's Play Tabletop before I take a break for a while. Because I don't want it to feel like a chore. And then, yeah, all the stuff at the beginning of the video about releases in November. All the things that... If I got every single thing I wanted, it would make me bankrupt. So, yeah. But I'll try to do better with getting videos out. I'm gonna do my best to figure out what's going on with the computer and the camera stuff and figure it out. And I would really like to be able to figure out the live stream thing. Other channels do it. When there's engagement, it's fun. I like being able to in real time talk with you guys about stuff. I want to be able to do that and possibly stream gameplay footage or do live reactions to Nintendo Directs or something like that. And I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm not doing, but I will work it out eventually. So with that, thank you guys so very much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so we can get closer to 1,000 subscribers. I really don't think we're hitting that by the end of the year because we can't even hit 700. But if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button. Every one of you guys are appreciated. Hit the like button if you like the video. Hit the bell notification button so you can be alerted to all upcoming videos, because I do not have a consistent release schedule except for Let's Play Tabletops. And then, if I talk about getting a game to unbox, then clearly that's going to happen on the same day. So, but outside of that, it's whenever I get time. I don't always have time. So hit the bell notification button so you're alerted when they happen. And appreciate you guys. I will see you next time.